Hi everyone. Um, it's like coming up to about 9 o'clock in the evening now. Um, Everybody's awake. I'm the only one trying to nap at the moment. Um, the kids are upstairs playing, and like in spite of myself, I feel like a toddler's laughter is actually quite delightful. It makes a nice change hearing laughter and playing upstairs and people. It just makes a really nice change. So that is actually like put me in a better mood than normal. So it's a combination of that and having done a couple of my readings today. As you can tell, I did readings on Empress Justice astrology today and yesterday, and I'm getting ready to prepare for more readings I've got to do in March, because it's the March sales for my tarot, astrology, numerology, and magic services. So I'm just getting ready. I'm taking as much of a nap as I can to sort of get over what I need to get over. What's happening that is particularly annoying is that I keep getting weapons on my lower jaw and on specific part of my teeth on this side in particular. I wouldn't be surprised if like this was slightly swollen, because they keep hitting remote weapons along this side here. And I think the main thing is that I'm supposed to start panicking and start, crying in pain like I usually do. Basically, these people want to get me into hospital. I don't necessarily think that they want to get me into hospital to section me. I think what ends up happening sometimes is that a TI is put through a specific amount of pain through remote torture, especially when they're sleeping. And the whole point is not just to deprive us of sleep, but is to put us in a situation where we can be tested, maybe further injected with more chips. I don't know, because I've got chips in my body already. So it's one of those things where there's this sort of concerted effort to drive me into accident and emergency so that I get blood tests, and these people keep track medically of how their torture against me is doing. So I feel like that's what's going on here. I feel like the whole point of this torture, especially late at night, is not just to deprive me of sleep. It's also to how do I put this? It's not just to deprive me of sleep. It's also to get me into hospital so that I can be tested. Because at the moment, again, there are perps living here, but because they're not as over the top as the last ones, it's not the attempts to get a reaction, they're not as severe. So I'm not really going through it at the moment. Give that time, that'll change. But I'm not really going through it at the moment. Like, the harassment is pretty fucking low here. I'm not gonna lie. It's like that. It's almost nothing, really. It's almost nothing. It's like a couple of references here and there, and nothing really that serious. It's just a couple of dumb comments, and it's just nothing compared to how it used to be at all. So it's like, these people are not really that bad at all. Like, again, they're still perp, so but I have to be fair and call a thing. These people, even though they're perps, they're nowhere near as bad as the last perps. Because again, they got shit to do. They've got things to get on with. They're not on that shit. Oh, she's too calm. Look, no, they ain't got fucking time for that. The main concern now is the electronic weaponry is getting worse. And this pathetic, attempt to cause me pain here so that I start crying or start getting angry with people, so they can put me into hospital to run tests on me and stuff like that. Do you understand what I mean? Now, it occurs to me that maybe the landlords want me to be sectioned before anything legal can go through and I have to leave. It does occur to me that that's what they want, because again, the landlords did the whole Section 21 thing to scare me. They did not do that because they genuinely wanted me out. They did that to scare me. I am forcing their hand so that they have to go through with their threat. And as for me, because I've been diagnosed paranoid schizophrenic, I can just turn around and say, you know what, I'm not trying to intentionally make myself homeless. Because I've been falsely diagnosed paranoid schizophrenic, I have to be found a place. I have to be allocated a place. They can't just leave me out a door, out in the open like that. And truth be told, if I'm not intentionally making myself homeless, then they can't section me with the bullshit either. Given everything that's happened, if anybody wanted to section me, they could have done it months ago, and they chose not to. Know what I mean? So I think it's just a combination of like trying to get me into A&E so that I can get tested, like blood tests, things like that, just to ascertain how the torture is affecting my body. But it did occur to me that because I inadvertently gave my landlord's ideas by assuming that that's what they were doing in the first place, it occurs to me that maybe the Gangstalkers and my landlords want me to be sectioned before anyone has to kick me out. That way, the landlords can still receive their money, and the Gangstalkers can have a meeting place where I'm not going to be there. So I feel like there's a multi-prong approach here. That's what I feel like is going on, and that's why I feel like I'm not being caused enough pain to where I'm screaming my head off, but it's enough pain to irritate me. And they're hoping that what I'll do is I will act up when there's toddlers upstairs, and just start going off on everyone, and if I do that, then apparently I'm violent, and if I'm violent, then I can be taken in, and all that stuff. So but that's like the mental health component of it all. I think this thing right here, me being fired at my jaw, the physical component, that's about getting blood tests, that's about being examined. And also sleep deprivation, because the Gangstalkers reckon if they deprive me of enough sleep, then I'm not going to catch on to whatever it is that they're supposed to be doing. These people want me to stick to tarot readings and stick to astrology for this specific reason. What they believe is that when I do my tarot readings, I'm revealing my inner state of mind. I am not doing that. I am interpreting what the cards are seeing. Right? But the way the Gangstalkers look at it is that every time I do my tarot readings, I'm revealing what I'm doing, and I'm revealing my state of mind. No, I am giving a psychic reading. But because these people are so lazy and so predictable, they need me to be doing tarot readings so that they can be one step ahead of me, right? That's why they want me to keep doing tarot readings rather than talking to you guys about what they're doing. They want me to reveal more about myself, according to them, than I do about my Gangstalkers. That's why the Gangstalkers, not these people, but the people hiring the perps, they want me to come on here and do more tarot readings and more astrology readings than to do anything, than to reveal any of the perps' secrets. That's another thing that they want me to do. They want me to do more tarot readings and astrology readings. And now this is why I find it funny that the last family's children tried to do a hex on my tarot. I find that quite funny now, because now, like, technically, let's just say if it ever would have worked, if the hex would have worked, right, then it would have scuppered the Gangstalkers' main ability in their minds to find out exactly what I'm doing. They do it to themselves, and I love that for them. But again, when I do tarot readings and astrology, I'm literally just interpreting what the cards, what the cards are saying to me. It's not about my life. It's not about anything to do with me personally. It's just to do with what spirit is telling me, what my higher self is telling me through these cards. And with astrology, like, it's even less personal than that, because astrology has a whole science behind it. It's literally a combination of astronomy, holistic health, and psychology. Like, and don't even get me started on the mathematical aspects of astrology, bro, because, like, if I have to go into all of that, it's such a complex science that it cannot just be reduced to, if we see Empress Justice Tarot and Empress Justice Astrology, then we'll be able to know what she is thinking. Because astrology is not about what I think. It's about, divination in general is such a complex thing. And there's still so much to find out about how the symbology of our minds actually work. So to sit there and be like, if we can get her to stick to her tarot, then we can know what she's thinking and we can stay ahead of her. And if we can get her to stop talking about what we're doing, then, we should be able to take control of the situation. The neurological weaponry is, and fully automated weapon systems, like these ideas being floated around, are literally in internationally declassified files. It's a little bit late in the day for that. It's a little bit late in the day for that. So that's what's happening. Every single time I lie down to sleep, I've got like weapons being fired at my jaw here. And sometimes it's fired at my extremities. Sometimes it's my hands and my feet as well. But it's mostly here. It's mostly here because the most sensitive areas of your body, nerve-wise, tend to be your teeth and your hands, and especially your feet, because your feet have a lot of nerve endings. This is where I get into like the science of it all now, because think about, and I'm about to get graphic, so please forgive me for this, but think about how many nerve endings your privates have. Think about how many nerve endings your feet have. Think about how many nerve endings your hands have. Think about how many nerve endings your teeth have. Your teeth, like the most exposed, like arguably the most exposed nerves, apart from your skin, are your bones, your teeth. Your teeth are like you chip away at the teeth, there's nerves there. There's nerves exposed. So think about why gang stalking fires at those particular areas, as well as the head, the heart, and the nervous system. Think about why they do that. It's because that's, when you fire at those places, when you fire at specific nerve endings, especially at specific acupuncture points in the body, it awakens a certain nervous system reactions that maximizes the pain that you experience in your body. This is like literally one of the easiest places for them to fire, like, because there's so many nerve endings in teeth. There's so many vulnerable nerve endings in teeth, especially when you have cavities like me. So yeah, that's what's been happening. It's mostly just physical, it's mostly just like physical torture. And have you noticed that a lot of people seem to be very fucking fatigued? Have you noticed that if you guys think that astrology isn't being used by the predator class in order to time their AI weaponry and time their radio frequencies, and if you think they're not using that to time these things, you got another thing coming, mate. Has everybody noticed how tired we all are? Have we all noticed this? This this is not natural. I swear to God, the Earth's magnetic field is being manipulated because this is not natural. It's it's not natural at all. Like the way like I've been tired all fucking day. Like I'm not exactly like the youngest person on the planet, but this is a lot to be consistently tired like this. It's just not natural. And and the thing is, I'm being made to be this exhausted knowing that I have to fucking move in a few weeks. Knowing that I've got to move in a few weeks. Nah, this ain't natural, man. This ain't natural. And there are some things happening around Brighton that are just not natural either. And I swear, like it's weaponry it's neurological weaponry being used, and it's radio frequencies being used. That's why people are acting in certain ways. But I'm too tired to go into it. I'm just gonna try to rest, even though, I'm being tortured in bed again. I'm gonna try to rest as much as I can. So, yeah, the kids have quietened down now. I hope they don't think it's an issue, because again, I have to deal with a lot worse than this. Like kids having fun is just not a big deal to me. But yeah, it's just the physical, the remote torture that's pissing me off at the moment. It's and I think more than the torture, it's just the fact that gangstalkers and people that are physically torturing me, they're just not learning their lesson about what type of person I am by now. They're just not fucking learning at all. And it's actually crazy to me how much they haven't learned anything. Do you understand what I mean? Anyway, I gotta go. I'm gonna try and get some rest, but if I can't, I don't know. I guess I could keep myself amused. Another thing, I've been eating more, and the reason I've been doing that is to get better sleep. Sad but true. When you're an addict, right? You're an addict when you take certain things like to help you sleep. Like some people might take drugs to help them sleep, help their nerves settle. That's what I've been doing with food for decades. Like even when I was really thin, I did that with food to settle my nerves. So, yeah. I'm still tortured. I'm still a TI. Things are better now, but I'm still a TI. Like I'm not out of the fucking woods. It's just that now everything that I've been saying has turned out to be extremely true. It just feels like there's no going back after that. It feels like there's no going back. Once you know that everything that you've been saying is true, there's just no going back after that. Do you understand? So, yeah, I'm gonna get some rest, but peace and blessings to you. Marsha the Great out. Take care. Love you. Bye bye.